So this is what happens when I go on Craigslist and start looking for a plate compactor for a project I have, which is a 3,000 square foot garage, and go from looking at plate compactor to finding a really good deal on a barely used vibratory roller compactor. This one is a MQ ar-14, and I was just looking at it and going, you know, this would make my life a lot easier. And I've got a few other projects, including here on the property, where compaction is going to be important, and this is definitely going to save some time on doing what I need to do, as well as for potentially other projects. So the nice thing about this is it's relatively small. It's just over 2,000 pounds. My tractor could probably pick this up, although I haven't tried yet. It's got 4 hook-off points, both for tie downs, and I've seen other people lift these up and lower them down in areas that this can't access. Because it does have the smooth drums on there, even something as minor of a pitch like that, especially if it's loose material, it tends to just spin and doesn't do a very good job to get up on top of. As you can see, a couple days ago I did go over this pad to get it compacted, and did a fairly good job at it. The only complaint I have has to do with the weather. Shortly after I got it roughly graded and compacted, it rained, and went over it again to try to compact it back down, and you can see some of the cracking and so forth. There's a lot of moisture in here, and it's just not allowing me to compact down to where it needs to be. So hopefully the weather will hold out a little bit, and I'll be able to get this compacted, and then I can finish cutting in my footers. I've already got the plumbing installed and inspected, so that's a big plus. Over on the other side, then I do a little bathroom in there, just kind of future-proof it, and go from there. So getting back to the machine, very straightforward. You got a parking brake right here, your throttle control is right here, your choke. You have a light to show you when you're running water, if you're running asphalt and so forth, to run water onto your plates, just to keep it from sticking, as well as the fact that the asphalt is hot. You have a low oil warning light, and then you have your controls for your forward and reverse here, and your valve for opening and closing the water to control how much water, when you turn it on, it actually dumps. For that, your controls right here. So this switch right here is going to be for your vibrator, and this one is going to be for turning on the water pump. To fill the water, you have 30 gallons roughly over here in the back, and then to fill the tank, that is right here along with your fuel gauge. Under the hood, just powered by a Honda engine. All your hydraulics, all your connections, filters, and so forth are pretty much right here. There's a few other maintenance things which I won't really go over, but it's a pretty simple design. So far I've been pretty happy with it. I will probably need to go through and do a little bit more work on it later on. Just we'll see how it goes, but for the most part it's been pretty good. It only has about 14 hours on it so far. So I will go ahead and get this closed up and just show you it in operation. Of course, that didn't want to go right in. All right, set this aside. So I will go ahead and start it up and just run the vibrator and just kind of show how it works. One thing to keep in mind is that if you don't have it on full throttle, it doesn't compact very well. You really need to have it full all the way up. Don't try to lower the throttle at all, otherwise you just don't get the compaction. If you do have issues as far as getting up and down over material, because it's kind of vibrating into it, turn off the vibrator, and allows you to go up a little bit steeper of an embankment that otherwise, when you have it running the vibrator, it doesn't go on. So to start it up, they recommend full throttle, put on the choke, and then turn it off. only pet peeve I can say that I have with this machine is that when you're operating for more than about an hour, it does vibrate quite a bit. Your hands kind of feel a little bit numb and so forth just from vibration. I like using ear protection. But you know, you can do what you like if that doesn't bother you. If you have any questions or anything else you want me to go over, feel free to let me know. I'll probably do another video once this all dries up of actually showing it, doing some compaction and so forth. Last time I ran it over here, it just wasn't doing a very good job just because of how wet it was. Alright, thank you very much. Have a good day.